Hello friends and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I was hoping to bring you guys along for something different, but it looks like my week is going to be sewing the Creative Notions Presley's Dream Quilt. Tonight I am going to start back on my Ohio star blocks. I only have 8 more to complete of that. So I have my diagram here that I need to go by to make this block. And what I'm just going to do is just get started on it and just sew with you guys. It has been a long day today. And I'm trying to think, I don't even know what today is. Tuesday. So currently I am doing all of my videos one day in advance because I took the weekend off. I did have the weekend with my family. So that just means that y'all will be getting videos as I make them. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the first 2 blocks of every row. I know I need to do 8. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to do 8 of the first 2 blocks of the top row. And then I'll move to the second row. And then after I get the second row, I'll move to the third row. And once I get those done, I will take those off the machine, cut them apart, and then add the third block. So what I'm going to do is just going to take 8 out so I don't have to worry about counting as I'm sewing, and I can just chit chat. But my goal is to get this done. I may finish all of these blocks tonight. I may not. I may have to work on them again tomorrow. But if I do, I'll bring y'all along so y'all can watch the journey of getting this quilt done, and y'all can see how I do it. I've had so many people ask how I get so much done. Normally, I come in the evenings and sew for about an hour on different projects every day. But this week, it looks like it is going to be Presley's Dream, because I want to get this one finished before the weekend. So over the weekend, I can hopefully quilt it. I think I'm going to have my granddaughter at least one day this weekend overnight. She may come Friday and stay overnight Friday and then leave Saturday morning. I have a wedding Saturday, or she may come after the wedding Saturday and then go home Sunday. My husband has never been here when she stays overnight, so he's going to be here when she stays overnight. He will get a... he will be initiated this weekend being a pappy. That's what that is his name, because there's a papaw, there's a pop-pop, there's a papa. And so he's Pappy because I'm Grammy. Well, she calls me Gigi. It's just really whatever they decide to call me, they can call me. I'm surprised with my son and my nephew that they don't have them calling me old woman. Because my nephew, he thinks that's funny, calling me old woman. And my son does too. And my son and my nephew, it's so funny that my son and my nephew are so... My nephew is the age of my oldest daughter, which she is, I think, 28. 27 going on 28, or 28 going on 29. Let me think. I gotta think what year she was born. Okay, she was born in 96, so she'll be 28 this year. So she is 27. Okay, so that's the first two of the first row. So the next row, we're going to have 8. I probably don't even have to do this because there should only be 8 of these. But just in case there is more, I will go on and count out 8 of the first block that I have to do. But anyway, I will be having my sweet little baby girl granddaughter. I saw my sweet little baby grandson tonight. He's cutting a new tooth, so, and his daddy had to go off to work back to work yesterday. His daddy normally works locally, but sometimes he has a job that takes him out of town. And my daughter told me last night that my grandson was just crying, heartbroken tears, you know. She told me, she's like, Mama, I couldn't even wash his bottles. He was so heartbroken that his daddy had to leave. And I know that's hard for his daddy too. But hopefully he'll understand, you know, when he gets a little older, he'll understand that Daddy's having to go to work. But the good thing is, when Daddy's here, Daddy is very present. He loves that little old boy, and that little old boy loves his daddy. Bless him. Now, I've known my daughter's fiance his whole life, just about. Well, maybe not. My daughter and her fiance started dating when she was in 4th grade. And they call it dating because we would all have a movie night. And we would go to the movies. And it would just be a whole bunch of us. And now I would let them sit away from me. But I could see everything. They weren't too far away from me. And because I don't care how old or young you are, you have to watch kids nowadays. They have too much access to craziness on Facebook and everything, things I don't even know about. Okay, so now we're on our last row. So I need 8 more. Same as before. You just do a white and then one of your quarter square triangles. That's your quarter square triangle. And you just make sure that white section is turned to the bottom. I am hoping maybe sitting down and sewing like this will get it done quicker. Before, I only did the tester block, and then I did one more block that I did the video with you guys on. I always try to do a tester block before I bring you guys along to see if, you know, if there's something special I need to do by means of sewing processes or something like that. But most of the time, it's just, I sit down and just start sewing. I do have a tester block that will be coming to you guys next Tuesday. It's something I wanted to have come out for you guys today, but getting this quilt done is first and foremost at the moment. And I still have fabrics to be pulling for... Oh, I broke my thread. Now, y'all see what I'm talking about. This is Orfil. Does it all the time. I don't know why. It just For some reason, the autofill that I have on the machine right now, actually the last 2 spools has been bad. But anyway, we are talking about getting this quilt done. And what's coming up, I have that Christmas gnome that I need to go in and get those fabrics out and cut. But that won't happen until I get a quilt done. I've got to get at least a quilt done and off my table. So I hope to get this one done because my jelly roll Irish chain, it's going to take a little while. But this one here is a fairly simple. I think I'm attaching these wrong. I know I am. I just realized that. Wrong. Okay, these 2 are wrong. This one is right. So, you get to watch me undo. Let's see, how many is it? 4. Yep, I hadn't even started that one, so this is real life, guys. Y'all see what I do. I mess up all the time, and so don't be afraid if you mess up. Got a seam ripper, it'll fix it. Y'all hear that? My husband's in the other room. He's sick. He got one of them summer colds and head is all stopped up, and he had to go to the doctor and get a shot today. I should have called the doctor just to tell him it was meanness, but I didn't. Because he really is sick. His head is all congested. And I mean, this morning when we got out and left the house, it was like 59 degrees outside. But then it got up to, I don't know, it got up into the 80s, so that wasn't extremely hot, but it's warm when you're just not feeling good. Okay, so we have those 4 taken apart. So what I am going to do, lay my white fabric back and turn my red and white fabric the correct direction. On the quarter square triangles, the white should always go towards the outside of your block. Now, being that I'm putting these 2 together, you can't really tell unless you know that this is the bottom row. It's hard to know where that white would go. If you were just stepping into it, you wouldn't realize that. But it just takes a few minutes to fix that problem. So let's see, we've already had two setbacks tonight. We've had a broken thread and mis-sewn pieces. Nothing that we can't recover from, though. We are getting these done. And hopefully I'll get all of the Ohio stars done tonight. And tomorrow I may be working on the Lemoynes, but I do know I need to cut additional fabrics. And y'all, I was reminded the other part of the challenge is to have someone join. I don't know how that could happen, but hey guys, if y'all see my video and you like Creative Notions, I do have the link down in the description. You could go check them out. You can always just check it out, and if you decide to join, just tell them I sent you. I guess that'll be good enough. I mean, it's It's not like I'm not sharing it with everybody. I'm sharing you the patterns and the whole nine. The unboxing. They don't give us a code or anything to know. So you actually have to go in and tell them who has referred you. I think there's a note section on there. Or they have a phone number. You can always call them and tell them if you want to. And I know y'all don't know, most of you don't know my full name. My name is Cathy, and my last name is Jones. Such a simple, easy name. As common as Smith. So, if they ask, you could always tell them Cathy Jones. I think that's the name I have it under. That's not my given name. My first name is not Cathy. Cathy is my middle name. Or Kathleen is my middle name. It's a southern thing. I've had a lot of people ask me, why don't you go by your first name? Well, my first name is Julie. And my mother's name is Julia. So they just called me Cathy. I think it is a southern thing, though. Because me and my older sister go by our middle name. And my younger brother and younger sister go by their first name. So I'm like, our parents must not have liked our first name. Don't know why they would have given it to us if they didn't like it. But I will say it does create for a hardship when you're trying to do stuff. Okay, so that's done. Okay, so this is the third row. I'm going to just move that out of the way. And this will be our second row. I know this is the second row because this red is our center block. And I will just... I was sitting here thinking, why would I have a red and white on our center block? Because we have red and white on both sides of the center block. And I am not going to press these until I have them all sewn together. And then I think I have 4 more blocks over here that go on the center. But everything else is going to be a white block. So, let's get started on our first row. You will see our first row has a white, a red, and we're going to put another white. And I guess it really didn't matter on that bottom row because we're going to put a white on both sides of it. And it don't matter which side it was on. So, I just wasted my time doing that. But it's okay. We are going to try to get all of these done tonight. And if I don't, I can sew them tomorrow. Because tomorrow's Wednesday. That'll give me... I have until the 15th to get it done. But I do want to quilt it before. So it will be a completely finished project. But I kind of skipped around telling y'all about how I get things done. I normally come in and just sew an hour on a project. And I know I've mentioned this before. But I normally come in and sew an hour. And most nights it's a different project. And sometimes I will record and I will edit and upload it. And while I'm doing that, I'll continue to sew that project. But this week, my plan is to only do an hour a night. Because like tonight, my husband and I, we did go out and have dinner. And after that, we went and saw our little green baby. Because my daughter told me he was having such a hard time, you know, with his daddy gone. He's going to be a man's man. He loves my husband. He wouldn't come to me. He only come to me because I had a cell phone. He likes that cell phone. But we, like, even at work today, I really wanted to just come in and sew and not record. And I'm like, but you know what? If I'm going to sew this, I'm going to bring you guys along so y'all can see the progress of this quilt. Because, y'all, I really think this quilt is going to, I think it's going to prove me wrong or blow me away or something. I don't think it's going to be what I expect. Let's just say that. It's not going to be what I expect. Or I'm hoping it's not anyway. I don't see a lot of contrast in the red and white and the white and red. And that kind of, I'm afraid that it's just, the quilt's going to just look like it's all one color. And so I'm hoping that is not the case, because that would be pretty rough if it is. I just thought about this. I don't think I have, but like 4, that would be 8. Well, I think I have 2 more pieces to make a 1/4 square triangle. I don't think, yeah, I don't have enough to make my 8 blocks. I only have 4, but I think I still have 2 half square triangles over there that I can still make 1/4 square triangles. I bet I kept those just to do that. But as it is, I did purchase additional, I think, red and white and white and red. The red and white and red that's used on the 1/4 square triangles and half square triangles. I did buy that. And the white is from a bolt that I have. Okay, so that does all of the white and red. So I'm only going to be able to do 4 of these because I'm going to do what I have and then cut the rest, you know, after I get all of this sewn together. You know, sew the rest up to make the 1/4 square triangles. But if nothing else, you will see me get 4 blocks done out of 8 that I need to do. I will have to see what I have left. I may have to cut the other fabrics out. I think I may need to clean my machine. I cleaned it yesterday before I started sewing, but it seems to want to be grabbing the fabric right now. Okay, so this is my 4th one right here. So once I'm done with this, I will start on the other blocks, the last row. I'm not going to let something that I don't have hinder me on getting these assembled. If I don't have it, I just don't have it. I'll get to it when I get to, you know, I'll get to it next. But when I have something, I'm going to go on and do what I have. So I can have that completed. This way, at least I will have 4 squares done, which will give me a total of 6 squares. And I'll just need to do 4 more. But I'll only need to do 2 half square triangles, which I think I have. I don't know. I'll have to see what I have, because I may already have everything I need to do it, and I may have them all sewed together, just not, I may have the half square triangles done, not the 1/4 square triangles. I must have ran out of time the day I was doing those. But like tonight, I'm just sitting and doing my pieces, not even really assembling. We're only at 30 minutes right now. So that's not too bad. I hope maybe you'll enjoy, because this will be coming out on a Wednesday night. I hope y'all enjoy doing a little sew along with me. And you might have seen it is Amazon Prime Days. Tuesday and Wednesday is Amazon Prime Days. I did find the Oliso. If you go to my links down in the description and go to the Oliso, the M3 Pro is the small one that I have. Y'all, I love it. Now, if you want the bigger one, just go through that link. And I think the other one shows down in like other recommendations. You can just go that way, and it is also on sale. Okay, I think I've got to do something. This is sticking way too bad. I'm going to try to get through these right here, and when I take them off, I will take my machine apart and do a little cleaning on it. Because that may be what it is. It may have fuzz or something. Which I don't see anything in the feed dogs. I don't see anything there. But I don't know why it is not grabbing that fabric the way it should. I mean, I can always make it go through, though. But we are almost done. We only have a couple more here to do. I think we have 3 right now. And this is the 3rd one. And after that, we only have 2. So we'll only have a couple. And then we will take these off and start pressing them. Now, I'm not going to bring you guys along for the pressing. I will bring you guys back after I've got all the pressing done. And then we will start assembling the blocks. This is the last square for the bottom row, or the last row. I've got to make sure everything is lined up really well. Okay, these are the only pieces that I have left that I need to get another quarter square triangle. But these right here, I need to separate so I can press. And I will be right back. Okay, so I am done pressing. Well, 4 blocks worth I'm done pressing. So what I am going to do is just start pinning these together and getting them sewn. And my seams do nest, because when I press towards the solid color. Like on this side is solid, this is solid. So that's how I press. I press everything towards the solid. And I know that's weird because it's not pressing to a dark, but I press to one side or the other. I don't open my seams. So we're just going to get this on under this needle so we can get it sewn and see how quick we can get these sewn. What I'm going to do is sew the first two together. And then after I get the first two sewn together, I will sew the third one on. And so far, I think we're making pretty good time with this. So, I mean, I guess it's good timing. We're at less than an hour still. And almost 10 minutes of that was, let me see, how did I? Less than 10 minutes. It's just a little under 10 minutes. Actually was pressing. So, technically about 38 minutes is where we're at. Because I don't like counting my pressing time in there because, you know, I get a little slow when I press sometimes. I like to take my time, make sure everything is nice and pressed. But it didn't even take 10 minutes to do that. So we are good with that. I'm just going to sew all of my centers and then, you know, my first two rows, and then once I get that done, I probably already said that. I get so focused sometimes I forget what I've said. But anyway, I have one more after this one of the first two rows, and then I will be putting the third row on. Consistency is the key here to getting this done. You just stay at it, keep it, you know, keep working at it, and you will get it done. Always making sure I've got these done. Y'all, I was so hoping today I could catch some lives today. And, you know, sometimes it gets slow enough at work that I can do that. Not very often. But sometimes I can. Especially if I'm taking a break. I can watch my YouTube on my breaks, and I just did not have the time today at work. Sometimes it is really busy and other times not so busy, and today was one of the days that it was really busy. I had a delivery come in today. And once I had that delivery come in, I realized my inventory, that when we have delivery of this item, we have to scan it over to our headquarters, and they receipt it in. Well, I don't know what happened, but they receipted the wrong amount in probably about a month ago. And so I had to figure out why it was going wrong, because I keep a tally of my own going. I don't have to look on the system to know how much we have. But that tally, I mean, it's literally showing we got double what we got. And the capacity is only what we have right now. So I had to figure that out. And in the process of trying to figure that out, we had an auditor come in. And we had some, not really findings. She's not the tattletale auditor. We don't get wrote up. She's kind of like our internal auditor that helps us see where we may be missing something. And she found things I had no idea that was in there. So I had to find information on things that she found, that because we deal with hazardous chemicals. And we have to have what is called an SDS, a safety data sheet. And I didn't have those on quite a good bit of stuff because I had no clue we had it. I normally try to make sure when I have stuff like that come in for inventory that I make sure I have that sheet when it comes through the door. So apparently these are things that came through the door without me knowing about it. And you know, when stuff comes through the door and you don't know about it, there's nothing you can do. And the whole time I've been here, we've never had to do this. So it is something new. You may notice that, I don't know, you probably can't see that. You can't. One of my blocks was off. It was too much on top and not enough on the bottom. So what I do is I just still go by the 1/4 inch, but to line it up, you can't line it up with the edge because it's too much. So what I do is I just line up to the shorter edge. And from that shorter edge, I can't get that to stay on the... I have to make sure I've got it going the right direction, guys. It's so easy to get it messed up and not go in the right direction. But this way, when this is over, I will have 4 more blocks made of the Ohio. I will have 4 more Ohio Star blocks made, which is 4 more blocks than I had when I sat down. I'll take it. Sorry about that, y'all. My camera went into update mode and I've got to cut that off. Because it affects my... I can't have that on there. Because I'm supposed to have that cut off because I'm now on, you know, one of these things on your arms. And you can't have that on. It affects the programming of it somehow. Gonna have to go cut that off. I don't know what, but I definitely learned tonight what I cannot eat. I cannot go to... My husband and I went to Longhorns, and of course they bring you the bread, and I ate some of the bread. And then he ordered spinach and artichoke dip with pita bread. I ate some of the bread. Yeah, no. My app was alarming. It was telling me my blood sugar was too high. And it was way too high. So now I really have to watch what I'm eating. because now I can't say that I didn't know, because I do know. I have a thing that I wear now that tells me exactly how high my blood sugar is going. So, oh, I didn't realize I'm already on my last block. But once again, our aim is for completion, not perfection. And we're getting there. We are getting there. And I know I couldn't remember what the small project, the really small project was. We did a manicure set. And I have it sitting right over here. I don't know why I didn't remember what it was. But once I get this row put on, I will press, and we will come back together and see the 4 blocks that have been completed, because it is getting late. And I do need to call it an early night tonight, because I got a very busy day tomorrow at work. So, yeah. Sometimes work is like that, which is fine by me, because it makes the day go by so much more faster. So, guys, I'm going to press these and be right back. Okay, friends, I have a total of 6 of these blocks completed. I had 2 already done, and now I have 4 more, so I have my 6. I need to get 4 more done. I will probably do these on the weekend to finish these up, and it won't take very long, so I'm probably going to save all of this until Friday to do, so I have time to cut and all that. But guys, thank you so much for joining me and sewing along with me, or just listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you have not yet. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.